Hmm. Should I buy a house in Boise, Idaho? Man, that is an excellent question. And lucky for you, we just got in the numbers from November's sales data, and we're going to wrap a beautiful presentation around it. We're going to talk about price. Very, very important what's happening in price out here, guys. We're going to talk about inventory, the ongoing inventory problem here in the Valley. I've been having my eye on that for years now, and it doesn't seem to be getting any better. We're going to talk about historically low pending transactions. That's been a little scary out here, guys. We're going to talk about old homes versus new homes and how they compare in price, helping you make the best decision possible should you decide to buy a house out here. And stick around till the end. We're going to talk about the worst performing cities in the state of Idaho, specifically here in the Treasure Valley, so that when you're considering your next investment or home purchase, you know what's been going on out here, because the numbers are kind of wild and it's not exactly what I was expecting. So stick around to the end. We'll talk about the worst performing cities in the Treasure Valley, and then we'll also talk about the best performing cities to help you make a smart decision as you buy a home out here. All right, let's dive in. Price. All right, gotta talk about price. The average price for an existing home in Ada County is down 3.2%. Holy cow, 3.2%. We're losing our shorts out here, guys. Let me frame that. 3.2% down year over year. Okay, interesting. What was November last year looking like? Well, let's take a look at that number. Check this out. November of 2022, we peaked. That was the peak of our market in 2022 at $622,752. That is a bigger number for sure, and 3.2% loss on that is starting to seem like, oh shoot, we're still north of 600 out here. But look at this. In fact, we've only lost 1.1% year to date. And check this out. Average price of an existing home in Ada County climbed by 2.3% month over month. That's from October to November. We gained 2.3% in home value. Are you kidding me? This is 8% interest rates. This is uncertain economic times. This is preparing for an election year. This is all of the perfect storm that we would expect to have trampled home value. By now, interest rates should have had their effect, and here we are. That's the best month I've seen since probably 2021, getting 2.3% month over month appreciation, bringing us to a $602,758 average price of a home in Ada County. But you can't talk about price out here without talking about inventory. So let's address the elephant in the room. Inventory continues to be an issue in Ada County, and now we only have 1,262 listings across Ada County, including old homes and new homes. I gotta break out the new construction numbers a little better here, but in this presentation, we're gonna move quickly. That is including new construction projects that are under construction or to be built, guys. When I look at those numbers, it's usually 50% of the new construction inventory, and new construction is currently carrying more than 50% of the inventory out here. So we're really talking about probably less than 1,000 homes that you could buy today and move into within a reasonable expectation of time frame. So inventory is a major issue, guys. We're down 144 listings month over month. So we had 144 more listings in October than we had going out of November. And that is starting to put pressure on price again, guys. And check this out. We are down 467 homes year over year. So this time last year, we had 467 more homes for sale than we currently have. And this has been a downward trend, guys. All year, I've been watching that inventory level shrink as people make decisions about whether or not they're going to sell, as people make decisions about whether or not they're going to buy, and as builders cautiously pull back on production in order to not get caught in an '08 scenario where they're overbuilt. So that constriction is keeping prices very, very stable, which brings us back to that negative 1.1% year over year. Guys, that's not even noticeable. That's basically the same price as far as I'm concerned. All right, pending listings. This number has been freaking me out because I've just been watching it go and step down and step down and step down all year long. It feels like it's just been climbing down. Now, that's a little dramatic. I think we probably peaked in May this year. That's not unusual either. Have a busy spring. Sometimes the summer's a variable, and then you cool off into winter. But we are currently talking about 1,372 pending listings across the entire valley. That includes Ada County and Canyon County. Guys, that is down 460 listings since our peak at the end of May. So in May, we had 460 more pending listings than we have in Ada County right now. And I've got to tell you, it feels that way. You're definitely looking at a more patient buyer. You're definitely looking at a more cautious seller. And we're not, first of all, able to bring as many homes to market as we need. And that is part of the reason we're seeing pendings come down. So few listings often equals so few pending. And I'm seeing both in a downward trend. All right, my favorite section, whoosh, new construction versus existing inventory. This is important to me. I don't know why. Some people don't seem to care about this number, but when a new house costs less per square foot than an old house, I'm taking a very long look at new construction. And currently, it's $9 cheaper per square foot to buy new construction versus an existing home. What? $9 cheaper per square foot. So you're basically saving $9 a square foot to buy a new home versus an old home. An old home could need a roof. An old home could need a paint job. An old home could need flooring replacement. All of these things equals tens of thousands of dollars versus a new home, which is currently cheaper per square foot. Now, $9, if I hadn't seen that as wide as $27 at one point, this number would seem very dramatic to me. But this year, I watched those two numbers touch. It was at one point $0 cheaper to buy new versus old, and then it started creeping again. And people say to me, well, why is that? Well, builders are professional sellers, and they're incentivizing buyers to continue to move product. And they're buying down interest rates, and they're using their concessions for closing costs. All of those things are visible from an appraisal standpoint, which equals kind of a predictable step down in value. If a builder is giving away 3 to 6% on every single transaction, you can start to see a step down in a flat market based on that concession. Okay, so it's cheaper to buy new than it is to buy old again here in Idaho. All right, guys, if any of you, I'm just about to jump into the biggest losers and the biggest winners of the valley here. Really cool numbers, actually. Very surprised to see some of these on the list. And if you're thinking about buying a house out here, guys, hit me up. I'll put my number below, but best thing you could do for the channel is continue to watch our videos. We're just trying to get the word out there, and I would love to see you come back and digest some more of our material to help you make a great decision as you buy a house out here. But let's get into this, guys. Biggest losers. The biggest losers in the area. Here we are in Southwest Meridian, existing homes. They lost 13.4%. Oh my gosh, 13.4% in Southwest Meridian. This is an interesting number, guys. I have my eye on Southwest Meridian as a potential juggernaut for future value out here. And I've helped quite a few people get some homes in that area. And I personally own some homes just south of that line in Kuna. It's kind of it's a gray area between Southwest Meridian and Kuna right now. And it's staggering to see such a depreciation in value. But I got to tell you, as I look at that number, we need to talk about what's going on in that area, because there are so few listings down there in Southwest Meridian because everything's being built down there. It's an underdeveloped area. If you talk to the city of Meridian, they are not yet focused on putting resources into that area yet, but it's coming. So guys, I'm a hang tight in that area. If you're looking at that number and you're like, damn it, shouldn't have bought there, or damn it, I need to get rid of this property, hang tight, because what I'm seeing is new construction in that area is really the driving downward force. It is comparable to existing homes because a lot of the existing homes are 5 years old or newer. And so you are piggybacking on you're competing against what's happening in new construction. which is definitely moving down. And then the biggest loser in new construction is North Boise. North Boise, let me paint a picture, guys. It's foothills, it's the North End, it's got all of the charm of the Boise Metro area and most of the luxury, right? That is where big money and new money goes here in Idaho. And ultimately, it's crazy to see it lose 18.7%. I helped a guy buy a house out there this year. The builder had it originally listed at $1.2 million. We bought it for $975,000. Guys, is it a good time to buy a house in Idaho? We're not going to see drops like 18.7% in new construction again, probably in our lifetime, if not for another decade. So if you're considering the luxury play in Idaho, I would say high ticket items are seeing the largest reduction in value. All right. Biggest winners in the area. Not quite as exciting as seeing everybody lose their ass, but here we are at the biggest performers in existing homes. It's Eagle. I couldn't believe it when I saw that either. Eagle is up 1.2%, and that's a ugly low number. I mean, that is, or it's a beautiful low number, depending on who you are. And to see Eagle continue to gain value, if you look at this chart here, we gained 40% in 2021, 1.4% in 2022, and 1.2% in 2023. Guys, this is the only city in Ada County that doesn't have a negative number. The only city in the existing space that does not have a negative number is Eagle, Idaho, the crown jewel of the valley. It's Southern California money can't get enough of it, and it is a wonderful place to live. So if you're looking at the area, the Eagle seems to be bulletproof. And then we're down for Northeast Meridian for the best performing new construction area. 19.4% is a huge amount of appreciation in value. When I think of Northeast Meridian too, you're hugging that Eagle Road mark. It's a lot of built property over there too. So my guess is you're taking on, view properties up on the rim. You can see from the breakdown in the 12 months sold, quite a few of those are pushing that 700-800 mark. And, a handful of $2 million homes are selling in that area. That can have a big influence on the average number, especially considering so few homes are listed for sale out there. But Northeast Meridian new construction doing a whopping 19.4%. So it may be we missed the boat on that one, guys, because it's been climbing aggressively in Northeast Meridian. I think that also has to do with proximity to Eagle. So if you're in Eagle and you can't afford it, you might jump the line into Meridian and spend a little bit more than you would expect to spend in Meridian, but catch the amenities of that area and quick proximity to Eagle. And I got to be honest, I don't care which one of those. I'd live in either one. Eagle's gorgeous, Meridian's awesome, and has a ton to offer. And I hope that shines some light for you guys on what's going on here, but also, is it a good time to buy? In my opinion, it might be the best time to buy. Now, I say that because potentially I've never seen less competition for home sales out here. And that's been going on long enough that I think we're arriving at an inflection point. The Federal Reserve has paused for 3 meetings in a row. There's a good chance they take a downward motion in interest rates at a federal level starting early next year. And in my opinion, we're off to the races at that point. I can't imagine a market that is so resilient in price not taking off once interest rates start coming down, because I know a ton of people on the sidelines just waiting for that 5% interest rate. Hey, if that's you, hit me up. Let's talk strategy, because at the end of the day, there may be a project right now where a builder can buy you down to 5%. So if you're waiting for 5%, what I know about new construction and what's happening in predictable concessions there gets you into the 5s, no problem, considering where rates are right now. So hit me up. I'll put a link to my calendar below if you'd like to get on the phone with me. I'd love to talk. And please, best thing you could do for the channel is watch some more of our videos. I'd love to see you here. And please, some feedback. If there's something I could have done better today, or there's something you need from me, I'll include it in the next video. I'm constantly trying to improve the way that I deliver information. I think today was a definitely a step in the right direction. Love you guys. Glad you're here. Let's talk soon.